Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
Good evening, good night, good morning. How's everybody doing? You know who this is. This is your boy Isaac for another edition of the Under No Conditions podcast. Tiana, she got caught up with a client. She'll be back with us next week. We're gonna get right to it. What if I can tell you tonight that one, you can't be there for everybody, and two, you gotta focus on being there for yourself. So tonight we're gonna talk about three ways how we can avoid trying to be there for everybody and really focus on what we need to do for ourselves. Tip number one, stop caring about what everybody thinks about you. Because in hindsight, what you think they may think about you, they really don't care too much about you. They care for you because you are the convenience, or because you have been a convenience. Think about the people that you put more energy into prior than they put energy into you, right? Every time you pick up the phone call, guess what? You there. Every time they need you to do something, guess who's there? You. Every time they need an ear, you. Every time they need a couple of dollars, you. You worry about their well-being so much that guess what? You forget about yourself. So stop worrying about what everybody think and start focusing on the things that you need to do for yourself. And you could do that without having no guilt by understanding the power of taking care of your own emotional wealth. Think about it in that sense. I need to take care of me so that when things do get rough and I do have periods in my life where I'm struggling, I have the emotional capacity to take care of that. Think about it on that level because it has to be about you. It can't be about, anybody else. Me being a parent, one of the hardest things that I had to adjust as I gotten older and my kids gotten older is being there for my kids. Being a punk ass parent, as I always say, because every time something goes wrong with them, we want to rescue, right? So I'm no longer a save a child. If they make their mistakes and they call me and they explain to me the situation and what they did and what they didn't do, and they need this, you know what I do? I tell them, figure it out. See, because once you continue to put yourself in that box, right, people will make you the condition. They will make you the exception. Because what happens is when you're there for everybody else, you become the excuse of why. Oh, you can't do this for me, man. You know that's messed up. Nah, stop being there for everybody else. Focus on yourself for a change. Do that for you. Two, don't be guilty about saying no. I have a saying I always say to myself, no is necessary because yes is expensive. And when I think about that phrase for myself, every time I said yes, I took away time for me to do some things that I wanted to do for myself. One of the most important things for me that I continue to focus on and realize is that I am important. I have to be important. My emotional well being, and my sense of being has to be first. That means I have to be selfish and I have to be selfless. And nobody not gonna like it. And I'm gonna tell you something. When you start putting these priorities in order, your life is gonna change. It may not change in the way that you think or you wanted to change, but it's most definitely gonna change. And it may get bad before it get better. So you know what? Think about your well-being. Think about the fact that you are important. Your time, your energy, and your resources are important. Like, story time. I used to be the guy, hey, something go wrong. Call I. Yo, man, I need you. All right, I'll be there. Man, look here. Oh, yo, we got a problem. Call I. He'll find the answer. And in the beginning, you feel like you want it and it really feels good until that time comes where you need the same people that need you and you get a whole different response. Or they'll tell you, yo, can it wait? I can't do it right now, but if you give me a couple hours, I get to you. See, that's the cop out because the next couple hours, you already know what it's going to be. So, you got to put your well being first. Remember, your time matters, your energy has to be important, and your resources, they're yours, and they have to mean something to you. They don't have to mean anything to anybody else. And whatever you decide your resources to be, they're yours. And don't make nobody make you feel guilty about saying no. Actually, keep your feet to the ground and be steadfast about saying no. Because guess what? That's going to be one of the most important words that you're going to have to keep in your vocabulary and be able to say without having any guilt. My third tip of the day, of the night, I talked about your well being and I talked about don't worry about what other people think, right? My third one is going to be very important because it's really, really about you. Understand your emotional capacity. Sometimes we think we have the emotional capacity to be there for everybody, and 9 times out of 10, we don't. How many situations have you been in? And you've been there for this person, that person called you, this person called you. You've been on the phone 5 hours. You listening to everybody else's madness, situations, heartbreak, hurt. You get off the phone, you a mess yourself. And then you don't even know why you're a mess. I'm gonna tell you something that's really important. You're a mess, right? You have taken in everybody else's situation. And guess what? You haven't even given yourself time to depress from your own situation. For me, one of the things I work hard on, cell phones is like a gift and a curse. I make it my business not to answer every call. I make it my business when somebody call, regardless of what I do, right? Allow myself the emotional space to make a decision whether or not I'm gonna call you back right now or I'm gonna call you back in 15 minutes. See, because what happens with the phone, and I'm sharing my own experience, when people get used to you picking up the phone and always being there and always being everything for everybody, the one time that you don't do it, you're going to become the victim. They're going to become the victim. You're going to be mad. The other person's going to be mad, and nobody's going to win. How about that? Now you stuck in a situation where you mad at this person because that person is mad at you because you didn't call them right back or you didn't pick up the phone when they needed you. See, the key word in what I just said is they need you. That goes for your friend. That goes for your kids. That goes for your family. Sometimes you just got to let the phone go to voicemail. And once you understand that very important piece about yourself, understanding that you not only may not have the emotional capacity, but if you have the emotional capacity, at what level? I'm at a place right now. Do I want to deal with this? Because one or two things happen. People call you for one or two reasons. They want some money. They want you to solve a problem. They need something, or they want to be in your business. I said it. How many times have you ever answered the phone and somebody actually responded like this? Yo, I don't want nothing. You was on my mind. I was just thinking about you. I'm glad you picked up. Everything good. I'm glad to hear that. I don't want nothing. I just wanted to let you know I was thinking about you. I love you, bro. I'm out. Peace. And hang up the phone. A normal emotional or non-emotional conversation starts just like this. You pick up the phone, they want to know what you doing or where you at. So do that sound like a person that really cares about how you feeling? Think about that. Just stop for a minute and think about your interactions in your day-to-day conversations with people that you have on the phone and people that you have in your life. Another thing you got to watch out for when you're measuring your ability to be emotionally available is measure and be careful about those who asked you how you doing. See, I don't get mad. I used to get mad at people ask me how I'm doing because 9.5 out of 10 times they really don't know. Now, when they ask me how I'm doing, I ask them how much time do they have. Watch how fast they get away from you. Watch how fast they switch the subject or they make it about them. Then you can begin to understand that in many of your associations and many of the day-to-day operations of running into people and having conversations with people and meeting people, you're going to find out that 9 times out of 10, you're the convenience. Sometimes people will call you and ask you for information or a small stither of advice. And when that advice doesn't work the way that they want it to work, however, it still may work, guess who becomes the victim? Guess who becomes the perpetrator? Me. So you have to be aware of the emotional capacity that you're willing to deal with when you're dealing with people around you. Right? You have to be aware. I don't even have to say I can't handle that today. When they start talking something that I understand that I don't have the emotional capacity to deal with, yo man, look, I see you got a lot of your mind. I'm on my way over here. Yo, can we talk later? Sometimes I make it so difficult because of the work that I do and me understanding that I cannot be there for everybody and I can't be everything to everybody. And as many times throughout the day, I have to evaluate my emotional capacity. Guess what? Can I see you in 10? Can I see you in 15? Can I can I call you later? I'm not giving you no specifics. However, emotionally, I'm keeping myself safe because the one thing I begin to understand about people is that when they call you, when when life starts to hit and they starts to call you and they want advice and they really don't want advice. They really don't want it. They just want to hear what you got to say. Because 9 times out of 10, they have already made up their mind about what they're going to do. I'm telling you, this has been my life experience. And because I pay attention and I watch people and I don't focus on behaviors, I focus on just people and how they are. So for me, I don't get mad at people anymore. I just start to understand my own emotional capacity, and in a very polite and in a very professional way, in a very friendly way, I tell them right now, I don't have room for that. And I let them figure it out. Or they might say something to me and I might cut them off. I'll be like, I hear you. You said a lot to say nothing. But you know what? Maybe that's something you need to figure out. Because for me, I don't want to be the victim of your problems when they don't work out for you. I make a decision all the time just not to be that guy. So yes, in the process of learning that and having that experience over a long period of time, I'm talking about years, yeah, your circle gets smaller. People look at you different. People stop. They stop calling you. They delete your number. You might even be the negative conversation of some, but that's the one thing that you cannot worry about. So, one, stop worrying about what people think. Two, right? This is a big one. Understanding your emotional capacity and understanding that you know what, you can't be there for everybody. And once you learn that skill, because it's a learned skill, and once you understand the power of that, you'll be better. I want to thank you guys for allowing me to come on here and just share a little bit of my life experiences with you guys. And I hope that I'm able at this time to may have said something that can assist you in your journey of living life better and living life on life terms. Sorry about that, guys. But anyway, once again, I want to thank you guys for just having me a part of your life, and I'm hoping that I can continue to be a part of your life. If you like this, share, leave a comment, and remember, our new time is Tuesdays, 7 o'clock on the Under No Conditions podcast. We are now on TikTok. We're on Facebook and YouTube. YouTube under the iMedia Network. You'll see the Under No Condition badge. Once you put up Isaac Murden Under No Conditions podcast. If you go to Facebook, you'll see Under No Conditions podcast. You might see two different pages. You could click on either one. You'll get myself or Tiana. And we on TikTok. I think that's UNC Pod 66 under TikTok. If ain't nobody tell you they love you today, we love you and we out. Peace.